A regular search result looks like this. But if you want your page to look like this on the SERP page, the main difference here is schema markup. Today, let's learn how to generate a schema markup and add it to your post on WordPress. Let's begin. So one of the main things that you would need to generate a schema markup is Google's structured data markup tool. Now I'll add a link to this tool in the description, so you can go ahead and check that out. So now that we are on the schema data markup helper, you'll need to first identify what is the kind of post that we're doing. In my case, it's an article. It can be an event, a movie, a product, a review, something different in your case. So you can choose that accordingly. Mine's an article, and I'll go ahead and paste the URL here. Once it's done, just go ahead and click Start Tagging. What Google then does is it fetches your page and allows you to tag schema accordingly. So my page is loaded now. I'm going to scroll down. Now the process to generate a schema is very simple. You can simply go ahead, use your mouse and scroll on the stuff that you want to highlight. Now this, for example, I want it to be the name of the article. So I'm going to highlight this and tag it as name. So what this does is it adds this as the article title or the name in the schema itself, so that the search engine, when it goes through the schema, knows what the article is titled. The next thing is author, because a lot of people like to know who they're reading from. So an author highlighted right on the page is going to make a huge difference. I'm going to highlight the author. If a known author in this space is writing the article, it makes even more difference. Like if it's a finance guru who's writing an article on the current market trends, this is going to definitely generate a lot of clicks from the SERP page itself. So it's very crucial that you have the author tagged in the schema. The next bit is you can tag the date published. It will auto detect as well. Now since this is done, you can also go ahead, copy Quirky Coconut as the publisher, so that goes out in the schema as well. There are multiple other parameters as well that you can choose. For example, I would want this image to be selected as the image. That's done. I think pretty much every parameter that I would want to be highlighted is selected. Now all I have to do is scroll down. I also have the option to add missing tags. So for example, if this is the URL tag, I had it copied, so I can go ahead, paste that as well. So that comes in to the URL. You can go ahead and click Create HTML. Now once the HTML is created, you can simply go ahead and copy this. You also have the option to download it if you want. I'm going to simply go ahead and copy this. Now once this is copied, you would then need to go to your WordPress, go to this particular post, and now that you are on this post, you'll need to add a custom HTML block here in the Gutenberg editor. So you can type /custom HTML. As you can see, this pops up, hit enter. Now a custom HTML block is present in the Gutenberg editor, so you can paste this code here. And once this is done, you can go ahead and update this article. So now that this article is updated, how do we know that the schema is implemented correctly? Well, there's a testing tool for that as well. I'll add a link in the description. So Google has the tool itself. It's called the Schema Markup Testing Tool. It's pretty simple. Schema.org also has a schema markup validator. You can use that as well. And what it basically does is it goes through the post, goes through the code that we've simply added and identifies. So it will identify the title, the author, the date published, the image that we've added, the URL as well, and it'll just tell if the schema that is added is valid or not. So go ahead. So on Google Search Center, you can go to Schema Markup Validator and you can paste the URL that you have. In case you also want to test your code before pasting it, you can also paste the code snippet there. hit enter, and it will show you all the bits that it has generated. If you were to copy the link, you would also get the schema results here. So that's how you add a schema to your posts on WordPress.